There are some people who are politicians who are in the Senate because they found that they're retired governors, past governors, and so that all other governors are going up to the Senate. That's why they're in the Senate. It is not because they have any valuable thing to contribute to development of this country. Some others have found that after becoming governor for 8 years, it's now hard to come by those excess funds
and privileges
and respect and all those things that you get in the society. And it's like, but if you step into the Senate, you can get a fraction of it. You know, who knows? You might even be Senate president one of these days, and it will look like you're governor again.
At least you could be there for a lifetime.
Exactly. So you don't have to do elections all the time, or even when you do elections, you are guaranteed to come back. So what's the sweat? So I asked one guy one time, I said, why is he running for Senate? He said his business has not been doing well.
And it needs a shot in the arm.
I said, oh, your business has been saying, this oil and gas thing, but he has some savings.
I do not agree that the constitution is entirely bad. And so, to that extent, we should look at the few areas based on our contemporary experience and see whether we can amend it. Immunity has the good side. But to a large extent, I think some of our elected governors appear to have abused it in terms of some of the things they do. Some of them virtually have turned the state in their pastor fiefdom, and they think the property of the state belongs to them. They can do it whichever way they want without even recourse to the House of Assembly. I think that only the president and the vice president should be allowed to have absolute immunity so that they can concentrate and so that nobody will be embarrassing the symbol of the country. The governors and the deputies should have their immunity clarified. Probably, yes, they cannot be, they have immunity from what you can call criminal prosecution. But there are other things that it's not criminal. There's no reason why they should not be held accountable while in office.
So you have it. Ali Baba spells out for us the reason why former governors like Godswill Akpabio are in the Senate. No other reason but personal relevance. No other reason but personal relevance. Self and personal aggrandizement. Not for the advancement of the country. Not for the improvement of the lives and security of the people. At least we can use Rivers State as a case in point. But for their own personal relevance and continuous, financial aggrandizement. So you can see why they've turned the National Assembly into their retirement homes. But before we break all of this down, and I want you to watch this to the end because you and I have answers to questions to answer. I want to say if you're meeting this content for the first time, please like, share, and also subscribe, importantly. But also put what you think in the comment section of what Ali Baba and Gbenga Daniel said. But if you've been following us for a while and you've not subscribed yet, please subscribe. And also share and like. And obviously join in the comment section as well. Now to the meat of the matter. Ali Baba, in simple words, explained to us. It's something that we've been trying to pass on to for so long. Possibly, I think it makes it easier as you've watched it to now realize that former governors, especially former governors who have been accused of theft, of financial misappropriation of their state funds, should never see the daylight near Nigerian National Assembly, should never be in the Senate, should never be in the House of Representatives, be it state or federal. You've come to see that now, right? It's simple. They have no personal value they come to give the country. They have no personal improvement. They're not making new laws. They're cracking down on old ones that is meant to help the people speak up. For example, the Cybercrime Act. But when you have governors who have been accused of theft, financial misappropriation, so governors who were in charge of state funds and cannot show to you that they built, world-class hospitals, roads, schools, teachers were not paid. The same people will tell you they have the experience to come become senators, who were at one point in time in charge of a state, could not even raise funds internally. And even the ones that they got, they misappropriated them. Money is given to them from the federal level, they spent it, they stole them. Take Yahaya Bello, for example. The same person that, according to Natasha Akpoti, was used to do the recall by Akpabio is the same person that's meant to help unseat via recall Natasha Akpoti and become the senator representing Kogi Central, or at least put a figurehead in it. That's the same person who stole from Kogi State. You see the criminality of the people that we put in. Let's pivot a bit in. Just take Godswill Akpabio, for example. This man was accused of theft by EFCC. Even up until 2022, the case was still ongoing until the man contested for election in 2023, and now he's been dropped. Imagine, is the president of the Senate now to be worshipped and adored by other Senate members. The man who was accused, case was still ongoing, but became a senator. And now he's been accused of all sorts of crimes. Now I ask you, what is the relevance that Godswill Akpabio has brought into the National Senate since he became the Senate president? Absolutely nothing. The Senate have become a rubber stamp to the executive. They were the ones singing on your mandate we should stand. People that were meant to do a check and balance on the executive. There's the same people telling whatever this man wants, I will give him. That's the same Senate president and the speaker who have pledged allegiance to to Tinubu to say whatever you want, we'll do. Our former governors have turned Nigerian National Assembly into their retirement homes. Do you know how many of them contested for election last year and they even lost? In 2023? I will list them. Governor of Abia State, former governor, Okezie Ikpeazu, he lost. Darius Ishaku of Taraba, he lost. Plateau State former governor, Simon Lalong, he lost. Ben Ayade of Cross River, he lost. And then Atiku Bugudu from Kebbi State, he lost. These same people, and I bet you go check their state. Almost all of them, their approval rating is below negative. I'm telling you, whatever below zero in negative. These are the same people who had the state resources, could not use it well, and then they said they are contesting to become your senator to represent their local constituency. I ask you, go and check their constituency. See what as governors, what they did. Check the roads. Check the lifestyle of the people, whether they improved it or not. Take Edo North, for example, is one of the Edo North. That's where Oshiomhole is representing. Go and see the poverty in this place of people is representing. As governor, go and find out what he did there. If he built a hospital there, if he built a school there, as governor for 8 years, but yet he's in the Senate trying to make laws for Nigeria. And I ask as well again, what has Akpabio done since he's been Senate president in Nigeria? Has become the worst Senate Nigeria has ever had under his leadership. And yet he's the number 3 person in the country. This is the reason why former governors like Godswill Akpabio should never see this daylight as Senate president or senators in Nigerian National Assembly. And I'm asking you, what do you think? Do you agree with this? But I put the Gbenga Daniel statement inside of it about this immunity thing, because this is the thing that actually helps them steal so much, because they cannot be prosecuted for 8 years if they're going to be there for 8 years until they leave. By the time they've left, or by the time they must have finished stealing and they've left and they've finished their second term, they have a war chest so fat they can even fight for presidency. That's what gave Yahaya Bello the impetus to say he wants to become president. After he must have stolen. The man stole so much, even stole from the state to pay for his children's tuition fee up until the end of secondary school. I mean, I feel like I'm ranting, but I'm just asking you the question. Do you agree with former Governor Gbenga Daniel, who's now also, I think, is a senator right now? He himself also was accused of financial misappropriation, then, I believe, at the time. You agree that these state governors and their deputies should not have immunity. Even the vice president, I must say. Immunity for what? You're voted into power to help build the country. And then you said you should give you immunity to prosecute you from crimes. So do you agree with him? Do you agree with him because he believes that the Constitution is fine, doesn't need reamendment? But do you agree with him about this immunity stuff? Because I think that's what gives them the empowerment to steal from you and I and believe nothing will happen to them. If you remember, I recorded a tape yesterday of this same extract from this Ali Baba's conversation about how to become the president. One of those things he mentioned is to suspend any cases that former governors who have been accused of theft, suspend the cases. And so you can use them. Because regardless of how much they've stolen, EFCC cannot get all the monies back from them. It's going to get a fraction. So they need those people. That's why it will be hard to prosecute criminal governors who have stolen and they're still having cases. I'm asking you, how much of the money stolen by Desiani has been returned back? How much? We're still trying to scramble for how much more is left of what Abacha stole from Nigeria. We'll talk about governors. Even Bola Tinubu today benefited from the coffers of Lagos State. I didn't say still, I'm saying benefited until it is proven, but benefited from the coffers of Lagos State. Because the man was not known to have produced designed any software or something like that to make him that rich. But yet he's now the president of the country. So you can see the level of criminality and the people aiding and abetting them. So I'm telling all of you Nigerians, whether you're home or in the diaspora, whether you're in the villages or not, these guys will not look out for you. They're in the Senate, in the National Assembly for their own personal gains. They have nothing. And when they come to you to come and re-elect them, even though we know they're going to rig the elections, please make sure your voice counts by voting right to get rid of those guys. If you look at the antecedent, they've not done anything with the time they've spent in the Senate. Why would you want them back? Don't use your tribe or ethnicity to favor them. After all, when these elders are killing you in your villages, they don't look at whether or not you voted for the guy who's speaking your own language. They come rampage you, destroy your villages, burn them down, kill your people, and they go on and carry on again to the next village. So I'm telling you, I'm advising you, but I want you to also put in the comment section what you think about what Ali Baba said. What do you think about what Gbenga Daniel said? And do you agree that senators like Akpabio should never be our senator? Former governors like Akpabio should never be our senators. They have nothing they're contributing. Look at them in the National Assembly. What have they done? What law have they changed? Go and check them out. Let's put our eyes down and look at the things that matter. People who represent you and bring development to your state, to your constituency, or use government resources to bring development, advancement in your villages. Those are the things you'll be looking out for. Not the ones singing on your mandate, we shall stand. We don't need all those kind of sycophants anymore. And that's what has put Nigeria in where we are right now. So I am asking again, if you're following this if you're meeting this content for the first time, please like, share, subscribe. And also put that in the comment section. Let us know what you think about what Ali Baba said. And if you agree with what Ali Baba said. And I'm asking you again, do you think senators like Akpabio should ever be a senator in Nigeria? People with criminals. Look at Ganduje, for example. But now he's the chairman of APC. Somebody that was caught red-handed receiving bribe. Do you understand? So we need to start speaking up and continue to sensitize our people. Because 2027 is the fight for the soul of Nigeria. Don't take it for granted. Let your voices be heard. And obviously, let's help push this content out so that more people get to hear this and more people get to be sensitized and take it seriously. Because this suffering is not for only the people in the village. It affects every one of us because they are family members too. So as always, like, share, subscribe. But I'll catch you up in the next video. God bless you. Bye-bye.